Okay, are we good? Everything is unmuted? Yes. Good. You guys saw nothing. This was just like a practice run, okay? This was a practice run, and you guys saw nothing. Look, you even got like an extra coffee bean for all of your troubles. Isn't that nice? Isn't that amazing? Either way.キラキラダイヤモンド輝く星のように栄光しぶ高校なんとした最強現在小さいトップ目指してゴーゴー TOUHOU is real! TOUHOU is coming! Woo! Yappy! Woo! By the way, we are going to watch the full video. You guys need to know culture. バスが出て、8万3になりました。運び送るで、よりで、半人だけ飲みました。で、結局何なんだ。答えはそれにそれは幻想郷にバスない山落ち。の前にはキャラクター立てばいいのよ元気があればなんでも1、2、9ぐるぐる固定の針がむる頭があるだってつぶら目玉2つだから3本の針なんてちんぷんかん次々問題出るまだまだ授業続くゴール部屋の中ひんやりした運動もI haven't sung this song in such a long time that I have already forgot half of the lyrics. But it's okay because TOUHOU is coming. Wow! Let's go! TOUHOU coming! Wow! Wow! Hi. How you guys doing? Isn't it so cool that TOUHOU is coming? Because TOUHOU is coming. How's my PNG too? Oh, it's because I was doing Fugi, right? Yeah. Fugi, boing. Into the remix, boing. There we go. Wow! 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 Yippee! 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 Wow! Wow! Let's go! Guys, we're getting TOUHOU. We're getting TOUHOU this year. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that like super cool and amazing and perfect and beautiful? Also, I gotta put on some music. Of course, though! You guys already know what kind of music we're gonna put on when it's TOUHOU Day. Because it is TOUHOU Day. Where is it? Where is it? I'm checking my Spotify right now. You cannot see it, but I'm checking my Spotify. Obviously, we gotta put in, like, the one that is, like... Oh, that starts. Whoopsies! It's okay. Because TOUHOU's coming. So it'll be okay if you get double ads, right? I forgot I also can get a double coffee bean. Because it's TOUHOU Day. Oh my goodness, double rainbow coffee bean. Aren't I so lucky? Oh, look, yeah. Oh my goodness. Look. 9/10, which is technically 9/9 in the West, which means it's Signal Day! Whoa! It releases on Signal Day, and I think that's really funny. What do you mean back to leave? Oh, so you're going to stay awake for Shiloh's debut stream, but not for my stream. Okay, I get it. I see who's the favorite. So sad. Oh my god, this computer is getting so hot by the second. I'm really, really worried about what might happen. But it's okay. I'm gonna stay in the just chatting stream while we wait for the thing to go off. Yes, for us then. Oh, chilling. I'm not convinced. Also, I should remove the coffee goal since Freak already did the freakiest thing ever. But yeah, you guys know that Touhou is real and it's coming in September 9th? Isn't that so cool? It's like the coolest thing ever. And not to mention that we haven't had new Touhou game since like 2020? Wait, when was the latest Touhou game? I believe that it was 15? Steam! Computer! When was the latest Touhou game? Not the fan games, like actual Touhou, please. Touhou Komakyu. Also, I'm gonna put it on my wishlist like right now because it is also on Steam. Wow! I really need to see which ones are available for purchase on Steam because wait, they're also going to redo the sprite art. That's so cute because honestly, the sprite art for Touhou Komakyo was kind of ass. I cannot say that because they are like my baby, but also yeah. Okay. I just look Zun. Touhou. Which one is the newest Touhou game? I need to write it in Japanese because the Touhou games usually are in Japanese. Touhou. There you go. Ephemeral and natural balance, dream logical world? No. No, that one is a spin-off. That one's also a spin-off. That's also a spin-off. Girl, that's also a spin-off. I want to get the mainline ones. Huh? Huh? What do you mean, preferences? Oh, it's because it is removing sexual games. Okay. Touhou games? Let's see, which one is the latest Touhou game? I'm pretty sure that we were on 15. Pretty sure. Yeah, Touhou Project. 17. 17? What do you mean 17? When did the other two come out? Huh? Okay. Touhou Project official games by touhouprojects.com. Okay. We got Touhou 1, highly responsive to prayers. Touhou 2, Story of Eastern Wonderland, yes. Touhou 3, Phantasmagoria of Dim Dream. Touhou 4, Lotus Land Story. Touhou 5, Mystic Square. Touhou 6, Embodiment of Scarlet Devil. Touhou 7, Perfect Cherry Blossom. Touhou 8, Imperishable Night. Touhou 9, Phantasmagoria Flower View. Touhou 10, Mountain of Faith, Touhou 11, Subterranean Animism, Touhou 12, Undefined Fantastic Object, Touhou 13, 10 Desires, Touhou 14, Double Dealing Character, Touhou 15, Unconnected Marketeers. But yeah, Unconnected Marketeers, which is Touhou 18, was released in 2021. But, yeah, I didn't really like Unconnected Marketeers. Teehee! Teehee! So, yeah, call me a fake. Call me a fake Touhou fan because I don't like all the games. Then again, everyone knows that Touhou fans do not play the games. We just listen to the music and do the funny little haha memes. You guys know that all memes come back to Touhou. It's like a rule of the universe. I was actually on Nightclub, which is like a little friend server that I have. I was explaining to people that everything comes back to Touhou because it does. It does, and it's very important. And I think that people are losing the culture. But yeah, actually, I didn't even know that Touhou Komakyo was getting a new version, like it was getting a real, that it was getting a remake with localization and stuff, because, it wasn't on the Nintendo Direct for, Western audiences. It wasn't on the English-speaking Touhou Direct, nor in the Spanish-speaking Touhou Direct. But, it was on the Japanese Direct. And usually sometimes I get some recommendations, like the little snippets from the Touhou Directs. Yeah, I am friend. I'm very friendly. But I get, usually like little snippets from the directs of the Japanese Nintendo Directs, and one of them was Touhou! Whoa, yappy, whoa, yappy. So, we're gonna react to the trailer, because I think that you guys should know Ball. Especially when it comes to Touhou. And for the people who do not know me from, like, when I was a baby streamer, I mean, I'm still sort of a baby streamer, let's be honest. But I don't remember if it was New Year's, but I did actually try and complete Touhou Komakyo. I only got the bad endings because getting the good ending is real hard, but you know what? Maybe once we get closer to the release date, we should do like a chronological order Touhou games. I have never played the PC-98 Touhou games. I know that they can be like very easily emulated, thankfully. Not like the original embodiment of Scarlet Devil, which is a pain in the ass to actually emulate. But you know what's super cool and awesome? That Touhou 6 will finally be, like, actually playable. Ever since, like, 2002, because starting from Windows 7, Touhou 6 was already pretty difficult to actually get to play near a computer. Right now I have Windows 11 because this computer came with Windows 11 from the box. And I have managed to force like Touhou 6 to play. But I don't know if it's still playable, to be honest. I'm pretty sure that it could be playable? Question mark. But to be honest, yeah, Touhou 6 is kind of evil and fucked up, and it's very difficult to play. But yeah, it is now available to be on Steam, and it has so many languages, so we won't have to depend on the fan subs. Which, by the way, really, really cool. Zun, which is the creator of the Touhou game series, he actually contacted fansubbers that have made fansubs for the original Touhou games. And he was like, hey, I know you guys love the game, and I only know Japanese, so, would you guys like to, help me translate the embodiment of Scarlet Devil? Because it is 24 years old. And it will be super cool and awesome if we did something for Chirino Day. And they were like, sure! Of course! So cool, amazing! And yeah, we're now getting Touhou 6. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys a trailer because I'm pretty sure that you guys have not seen the trailer. In fact, I am 100% sure that you guys have not seen this trailer. And that is actually evil and fucked up. You guys should see the trailer because it is amazing. It is beautiful and gorgeous and amazing. Why is it that studio mode breaks my PNG to Romano? It doesn't matter. Look. We're going to react to the announcement of Touhou 6 Remake. Also, the graphics are so crispy. The graphics are so crispy, you guys. They are so gorgeous. Ah! Look at this! Look at this! Also, it's so funny because it's so obvious that Zun traced over the original drawings. Because they're now HD. These drawings are now HD, 4K quality, but in the original, they're tiny. They're absolutely tiny. They're 300 pixels, tall. Or maybe 500 pixels tall. And people were like, no, Sun used AI upscaling for his original drawings. But look, this badly traced quality can only come from lovingly tracing every single line with very scuffed quality. I know that this was lovingly traced by Sun, especially because he takes pride on actually making all of the drawings for all of his mainline series. So this is all him. I know that the sprite work was made by different people for the remake, but he makes all of the art for his stuff, and the music. And we also get arranges of the original music. Yeah. I just love how they also show the original. What the original used to look like. This is the original embodiment of the Scarlet Devil. And this is the remake one. So now we actually have a widescreen. Oh, and this is the 10 revives. Yeah. Because you see, the thing about Touhou is that it isn't really a scoring game, it's a survival game. You want to survive, but not because to get the good ending, you need to do a 1cc. A 1cc means that you cannot run out of lives. You cannot use a continue. And the reason why it's called 1cc is because it is a 1 coin complete. 1 coin complete, meaning that since these were made originally also for arcades and stuff, it meant that you only inserted 1 coin to complete the entire game. Wow! So cool. And yeah, I'm really excited. I already said that I'm going to remake my Chirino art. I don't know if you guys know about it, but for... Oh yes, thank you for the Katrina. For 9-9, which is Touhou, which is Chirino Day, also unofficial Touhou Day, people make drawings of Chirino. Chirino is stupid. And her main song, Beloved Tomboyish Girl, is actually the 9th track of Embodiment of Scarlet Devil. And she's also the second boss. And the reason why is because on easy mode of Embodiment of Scarlet Devil, she has an attack it is so like this is a boss move, and so the reason why she is stupid is because in here, in easy mode, you can actually stay in place for this specific boss move and you will never die. Because she is kind of stupid. But yeah, basically you can just stay in place and shoot her. And yeah. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that gorgeous? I love TOUHOU, you guys. It's one of my favorite franchises of all time. The music is so pretty, the character designs are iconic. Everything is just so good. And yeah. So today's stream was actually not really planned. I mean, I did have planned streaming today, but a specific beloved goober had trouble trying to debut yesterday, and I believe that instead of doing like the full 4-hour stream, 3-hour stream, I thought it'd be nice if we rated out to him once he started his debut, because I feel bad that poor little goober wasn't able to debut, and his lore is so good, you guys. It's actually really, really good. After he felt a little bit better, he actually told me a little bit about his lore, about what he was going to talk about, and it is so cool. It's so cool and good and amazing. I feel like you guys would really enjoy it, and I think that we should support our friend. Yes, you might already know about the goober. In fact, I am being purposefully vague, but I'm sure that you guys know about the goober. Frida, baby girl, you have your own seat. Give me a second. Why do you insist on sitting on my desk? Space Wizard, hello. Yeah. I will be continuing to work on commissions. I'm trying not to show too much of my screen. Because some of these commissions are actually for pre-debut people, and I don't want to accidentally dox anything. So actually, let me just boing. There we go. Yeah. I'm so excited. We finally get TOUHOU games officially translated. This is like a dream come true. Look, the thing is that Soon said that he would never translate his games because he honestly just made his games to a very local market and didn't expect them to get so big. But we finally got our first fully translated TOUHOU game. This is such a big milestone. I'm so happy. So yeah, we're gonna party. Also, hi Freaky, hi Space Wizard, no problem about the audio. Also, congratulations on your 75 streams, oh my goodness. I drank the last of my coffee. Now I'm coffeeless, isn't that so sad? Yeah. I hope to make a stream where I'll be playing a little bit of TOUHOU Komakyo. To be honest, I don't know if Komakyo is working after the evil thing that happened in my computer last year. I haven't bothered to try it because I just felt so bad. But it would be nice if I tried it one day. Maybe for a movie night or something, or with friends. I'll just try and workshop the original Touhou Komakyo, so that you guys can see the difference at least. But I'm pretty sure that there are some clips of me, and stream highlights about me going through the boss, because I'm pretty sure that I managed to reach, Remelia. I didn't win, obviously. But I did, manage to get to, her final boss. I believe so. There's some, like, very funny segments. And, of course, Touhou is a bullet hell game. And if you ever wonder why I was so good at Undertale, is because Undertale is like bullet hell for babies. I'm sorry, Toby Fox, but Undertale is bullet hell for babies. And also, me thinks that if Toby Fox is so obsessed with Soon and wants to do everything that Soon does, well, he now must translate Undertale to 13 other languages. It's just what he's supposed to do at this point. If you guys don't know the controversy, Toby Fox was he just was a little bit of a dick to the Latin American fandom a while ago because he refused to translate his games to any other language that wasn't Japanese. And I mean, I sort of get it as a game developer, but also, damn. His response was so bad. He's definitely not racist, if that's what you're wondering, but it was definitely, like, it really came to show of just how much of a weeb he was. And then after the release of, like, Deltarune Chapter 5, which is very, like, Japanese-inspired, and it obviously has way more detail than Chapter 4, even people in Japan are doing, like, the Thing versus Thing Japan, meme. Because it's so obvious. I mean, I get it. I would also be a little bit of a weeb if I was so successful. Yeah. You know, I also have realized something, and it's that people don't know that Bad Apple is actually Touhou. Which is insane to me. That is like the most popular Touhou meme, and people don't know that it is Touhou. I knew that it was Touhou. Especially because it is so widespread. Yeah, no, people don't know what Touhou is, and that Bad Apple comes from Touhou. Also, that a ton of memes from TikTok are actually from Touhou, as well as just different memes and merch types. And just like a ton of things, they're actually Touhou. You should, instead of like the Thing versus Thing Japan meme, I think that we should do Thing versus Thing Touhou. I think that it would be really funny and also really thematic, because truly everything is Touhou. Everything is Thing Touhou. Yeah. Na, 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 y yo sigo acelerando. Na, 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 pero no tengo apuro. Trabajando duro, ganando dinero, comprar lo que no sé si necesito, pero quiero. Y cada segundo siempre me pregunto por qué el despertador quiere gritarme. Dale, marioneta, son las 7, despertate. O levántate. Whoopsies. I just realized Winter didn't send me a colored reference for the Dolais. Oops. Shit, I'm gonna have to ask him. Oh, wait, no, they did. There we go. Yippee! That's good, because I had no idea what the colors would be. Si en marzo es novedad, es viejo en abril. Na, 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 y yo sigo acelerando. Na, 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 pero no tengo apuro. Trabajando duro, ganando dinero. Pues no sé, necesito, pero quiero. Y cada siempre me pregunto por qué el despertador quiere gritarme. Dale, marioneta, son las 7, levántate. Isn't my singing voice so beautiful? It's so gorgeous and beautiful and amazing, right? Please say yes. If you guys say yes, I will give you a little preview of something. But if you guys tell me my voice is ugly, I will cry forever. And that is a fact. Escuchando con más lo que pienso y apagar un rato la radio. Ping, 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 ping. Na, 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 na. Y yo sigo acelerando. Na, 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 na. Pero no tengo apuro. Trabajando duro, ganando dinero, comprar lo que no sé si necesito, pero quiero. Y cada mañana siempre me pregunto por qué el despertador quiere gritarme. Dale, marioneta, son las 7, levántate. You know one thing that I discovered that I was really surprised about? Apparently, a ton of rancheras are just covers of vallenato songs. I thought that was really funny for some reason. I had never expected that people like vallenato so much that they would make covers. Like in different genres. I do expect people to make covers, but not like actually publish actual covers and release them in other countries. I thought that was really interesting. Honestly, this just feels like with the release of Touhou Komakyo and just like the whole trend of making of analog stuff and just the recession pop songs that have been releasing lately, it just feels like I am back in 2008, and I think that's beautiful. I know that Komakyo was released in 2002. In fact, I was really surprised. I thought that it was released in 2001. I was really, really sure of it. But I guess it wasn't. But regardless, I just feel like I am back in 2008, downloading dubious files into my parents' computer. Watching videos on YouTube back when the Bevo account still existed. And begging my parents for an iPod Shuffle. I did get an MP3 player. It wasn't an iPod Shuffle, but it looked enough like an iPod Shuffle. I used it a lot. I wonder where it must be. It is so small. iPod Shuffles are so small that they're very easy to lose. And I'm pretty sure that I lost mine. But I wish I could have saved it, because I don't like that more and more songs from my liked on Spotify are just disappearing. Like, what am I even paying the subscription for? And also, especially when songs are available but they are region locked, because I guess Spotify hates Colombia for some reason. And that sucks, because why are we region locking music? It's just, I get censorship and stuff, but region locking music? Why? One play from Colombia is still one play. It's not going to be any less or anything more. Plus, I don't know, it just feels unfair to artists as well to not allow them to share their music in the music sharing platform. Together we go, see the way. Do you know that there is actually no fake feathers? The ones that are considered quote-unquote fake feathers are just dyed chicken feathers, because there's so many feathers that are produced, or more like that are shed during the whole chicken husbandry and just the chicken meat business thing, that it isn't it isn't even financially sound to make a fake variation of them when you just have so many of them at that point. Also, it is very, very difficult to create synthetic feathers because of the structures that feathers have that make them look like that. Like, you know what, like, if you see a fake feather, you'll know that it just looks really, really weird and bad. So, if you're vegan, do not buy any kind of feather ever, because they are actually real feathers from real chickens. Or real birds, regardless. Hi, Saltworth! I think you are a chicken feather. Well, feather-filled pillows are very squishy and very soft, so I will not take insult to that. Also, hi, Saltworth! Hi, Saltworth, hi! How you doing? Also, congratulations on your yummy burning cup of being 3K. Are you guys excited for Salu debut? Are you guys excited? He was really sad yesterday. I felt so bad. He had been working so hard. Yeah. Actually, Saltworth, we are raiding out to Salu debut once his stream starts. That is the plan. So I'll be streaming very, very shortly. Like, quite literally, I'll just be streaming for about, 2 hours. And then we'll be heading on to Salu stream. So that we can be like, wah, yappy, like that. I don't, Well, Crispy, you're gonna watch the Salu. I'm gonna introduce you to the Salu. And you're gonna be like, wow, that's so cool. He's like the coolest goat ever. Yeah. Especially because, Crispy, don't you feel sad? Don't you feel bad that Salu had to reschedule because his ISP was being evil? And he quite literally tried so hard, but his stream crashed 4 times? When you want to... Isn't this like a true underdog story? Yeah, you have met the Salu because, we are in the Minecraft server. And also, he's friends with Krongles and with Kitor. Krongles and Kitor. But, you see, he was pre-debuted before they chewed the cables. Of course he did. Dude, I have no idea what ISP Salu has, but I just know that it does him dirty every couple of months, and he doesn't know why. I think that the rats chewed his cables. You know, the rats? The rats from when he was infested with rats? Yeah, those rats. I know, very spooky. You guys know that Salu's apartment was actually infested with rats for most of January and a little bit of February, and that's why he couldn't stream? It was because he had rats. And the rats made him crazy. But it's okay, he killed the rats. Yeah. I don't know what is the best ISP you can get in California, on Cali. Because Salu is a Californian goat. But, I don't know. I mean, my ISP, is just the best out of the worst that we've got because our ISPs in Colombia are evil as well, so, yeah. I don't even know how good internet looks like. That's just an invention. That's fake news. Good and fast internet? Don't know her. Quite literally do not know her. Also, I have a problem. So, apparently, right now, my mom wanted to upgrade. Wait. Oh, okay, he's going to delay 30 minutes. Okay, so 2 hours and a half. It's based on the area you live in. I don't know in which part of California Zalu lives in. I just know that he lives in fancy California, I think. He works at a chocolate shop. I'm very jealous. Good morning, Teddy! Good morning! Actually, very funny story. Yesterday, Saul was really sad about the debut and stuff. And so I called him to see if I could cheer him up. And we ended up yapping about his lore until 4 a.m. in the morning for me. Yippee! And my mom got really upset with me because she woke up and found out I was still awake at the stupid 4 a.m. in the morning. But you guys are gonna be in for a treat. Salu's lore is so good. It's so good. Damn, that's bad, Crispy. That's bad. I don't even know how much I got for download and upload speed. It's supposed to be 910 megas. But I have Wi-Fi instead of Ethernet because my room is just very far away from the router and it is sort of a dead zone. It doesn't have the cables to actually put a router in my room, so I have to use the Wi-Fi or get a super long Ethernet cable so that I can actually appreciate the true speed of my internet. Were you all making lore or editing lore? He just told me about his entire, VTuber lore, and the events that he has planned, and, the different story beats he's got planned, and they're super cool. He also told me, about what he was going to talk about during stream, and stuff. And also, he, sung me some songs that he had composed. And also, I told him about my own lore, my own OC lore. Mostly just Ever After High lore. Yeah. I have already known about the art that Salu had gotten for his debut for a while now, because he gave it to me as reference. So, for example, his starting soon screen, I had already known about that. That video, that whole video, I had already known about that. It was really cool. And, he actually asked me for advice to help with, his logo. The one that you see on his offline screen. But, regardless, he's just been working really, really hard to make sure that this video is as good as possible. Oh! That's good, Crispy. Oh my god. 6 megabytes down on a good day. Ooh. And 100 megabytes is the best package that I paid for. Damn, that's so bad. Yeah, I wanted to get the fancy internet package. So, I am right now paying for the internet in my house, or part of the internet in my house, and my mom pays for TV because she really wanted TV. So, yeah. And, I was just, talking to him, and he, explained to me all of the lore, both backstory and also events that he had planned, and also plans that he has for his VTuber model. And he also really, really, wanted to find a composer somewhere so that they could help him make some music for the Salubicubers. Or for just, his whole channel, so that he had, original tracks and stuff. And he is a very good composer, I'm just gonna leave you guys with that. He is a very good composer. He only knows how to sing, but his music is kind of banging. Also, his lore is really cool, and it's really detailed, and I really like that. I think that's kind of awesome of him. Oh my love. I'm just really excited for him. I hope that this time everything goes well, but I'm sure that it'll be good. Sometimes Twitch or ISPs are really annoying about streaming. Usually it's because there's a lot of people doing a lot of stuff at the same time, or at least when it comes to Wi-Fi. I don't know if he's using Ethernet or Wi-Fi at the moment, but he is indeed doing his best to make sure that nothing bad happens again. If he's having issues though, I'll recommend to him that he'll probably put down, like, lower his kbps. Musky Trusky, are you paying for Musky Trusky internet? It's okay, sometimes you just gotta, like, for your job, sometimes you just gotta be a little evil. Sometimes you just gotta participate in the evil machine that is capitalism. Like, for example, I always, like, physically flinch when I have to buy something from Amazon, but at this point, if I want to get accessible and cheap technology, that is the only option, because the import fees on Colombia are so high that I would be paying 4 times the price for the same object. And I believe that's kind of bullshit. That's balls. I don't like that. So, instead, I gotta bow down to Mr. Bsky and be like, please, just let me buy this for a reasonable price. That's actually something that I've been doing. Well, Cello and I were talking yesterday. I was researching computer parts and see how much it'll cost. And, guys, this computer is probably going to cost like $1,500, $2,000, depending on how it goes. And, that it is painful, but when I look for local prices, a RAM stick that was $300 in Amazon, it was $1,200 in Colombia. And you know, maybe it is okay to go for the more affordable option. Maybe I don't need to like splurge so much. So, yeah, I will be talking to my uncle and see if maybe I should order the parts, from Amazon so that when he comes Friday, we can just, like, get in on it and start building. I'll probably buy, the chassis and more basic parts here locally in Colombia. But I am hoping that when my uncle arrives, or close to the time when my uncle arrives, we will already have most of the parts ready so that we can start building. And also, I know that Windows is probably like the best option for me right now, because I don't know if my programs will work correctly on Linux, but I am so fucking tired of Windows' bullshit. I am so tired of them. They're so annoying and I hate them, and I wish my programs were more Windows compatible. But of course they aren't, because Windows is evil and fucked up. So instead I have to suffer and buy Windows 11 Home, which is super expensive. How much is Windows 11 Home right now? Maybe in Latin America the license is a little bit cheaper. Windows 11 Home. How much is it? Oh, I gotta pay for my subby to Crony. I'll do that on Crony Mama's birthday stream. Price of food. Yeah, Soltor, that's... Just stay with Windows 10. The thing is that you cannot buy Windows 10, Soltor. Also, if I want to play Embodiment of Scarlet Devil, I gotta get Windows 11. It's so sad. I gotta pay for Windows 11. I wish I could stay with Windows 10, but alas, the Windows machine waits for no one. Guys, when will the Linux revolution start? Can we like make it faster? Because I am tired of having to use this stupid bloatware field system. Then again, we might actually get it cheaper if we buy it locally. That is one good thing. Yeah, I know, Soltort, but some games, like for example, Touhou Saves the Embodiment of Scarlet Devil Remake, coming out on September 9th, 2026, are only available for Windows 11. Never because the consumer is lazy. No! I believe in Linux supremacy. By the way, if I were to switch to Linux, which Linux OS is better, Mint or Arch? Or Arch Linux? Because my uncle he knows how to install Linux, so I would be able to have it installed without having to break my computer. Hello! Hi, Mako! Hi! But, honestly, it will be pretty cool. It would be so awesome. It would be so cool if like systems and other like companies decided, you know what? How about we start making versions for Ubuntu? Or for like Arch? Or for Mint? I think that Mint is like the most user-friendly version of. Is the most user-friendly version of Linux. But, you know, people might prefer other stuff. I know that Ubuntu is the most, like, widely adapted. It's like the grandpapa of most Linux programs. And I know that because I actually used to have a Linux and Windows. Bob is one of the better ones for games. Oh. I know that CSP might be able to actually get some like good compatibility. Because I know that there are some artists that use Linux and use CSP, using like Windows emulation programs or like Windows compatibility stuff. As for games, Stefan plays games obviously, and he's a Linux user. Which version of Linux though, Mako? Because Linux is like a kernel. So it isn't one operation system, it is like a ton of operation systems. You can choose from whichever you want. And I know that because my mom's company actually finances a Linux OS. The base? Linux doesn't really have a base. I know that Ubuntu is one of the oldest ones, but I don't know. It might be Ubuntu, maybe. It might be Ubuntu, like one of the beta versions of Ubuntu, but it might also be one of the ones that usually give the beta versions early. So, for example, I believe that would be Fedora. It's the XZ Utilities Factor. Let me see. Let's Google it. And by Google, I mean DuckDuckGo. No AI DuckDuckGo specifically. XZ Backdoor. Backdoor was discovered in desktop compression software XZ Utilities. Oh, it is a program from LibIsma. Oh, Debian. Okay, it was a leak from Debian Linux specifically. Debian. Like DeviantArt. Guys, what if we made a like a huge pool and we bought DeviantArt and made it the weirdo site again? I mean, it is still the weirdo side, but it is full of AI, and that pisses me the fuck off. And also, Wix is a Zionist company that's full of bullshit, and I hate them, so I think that we should kill them. For legal purposes, that's a joke. They have this backdoor on almost unreleased Linux branches. Ubuntu is nearly involved too. Apparently it's Debian. As far as I know, Debian and I believe Fedora are the ones that usually release betas early so people can test specifically for this thing. XZUTOS is commonly present in most Linux distributions. At the time of discovery, the affected versions had not yet been widely deployed. Yeah. So it is probably, yeah, it was probably, discovered on the ones that released their beta versions early, like Debian and Fedora. Well, I'm gonna ask my mom. She's the one that knows this. Give me a second, I'll be right back. I also need to go to the bathroom, so yeah. I'll be right back. I'll be running a small ad in the meantime, so like 1 minute break. Boing! Okay, my mom says that she doesn't know, but that she'll look into it. No more words. Words is over. But yeah, isn't it cool to have a parent that you can ask about like Linux development stuff? You can be like, Mom, Phineas and Ferb are doing a new Linux variant. I really like this song. So cool, so nice. I really like it. Honestly, I need to listen to The Mountain. I keep on forgetting and I keep putting it off, but I really need to, like, have a dedicated listening listening party or like listening sessions of The Mountain, like with the lyrics open and everything, and with the music videos and stuff. I'm pretty sure that Gorillaz already must have a playlist of The Mountain in their YouTube channel. But yeah, I need to really like get in on it because of course Gorillaz is just full of bangers. By the way, my favorite Gorillaz album of all time is actually Humans, and I was so upset when it came out because I loved it ever since I first listened to it. It was so good and it was so amazing. But everybody at the time, or at least most of the white Gorillaz fans, hated it. They hated it with a passion, and I was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? This album is fire and amazing and cool. And they were like, we don't like that Gorillaz is political. I think that Gorillaz should just like stick to music. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Gorillaz has been super political since the start. I believe this is what the youngins call LARPers. According to the video I watched, if this guy managed to get his factory release, he would... Damn. Yeah, a lot of stuff depends on Linux, because a lot of agencies actually have like their own proprietary operating system made with Linux. Actually, France decided to abandon Microsoft and just make their own proprietary operating system on Linux as well. They recently released it. Or, well, release it is a strong word, but they did announce that they're now using Linux. That they made their own Linux kernel so that they could use it. My mom said that she's curious and that she'll look into it. So, I'll send her the links. I'll send her the links and the info that you gave me after stream. I don't wanna dox my mom. Shut. Look. I am really, really excited for all of the stuff that I'm working with 3D VTubers. Especially because everybody's just so sweet, so nice and kind, and they are so patient. They were really, really patient when I got sick, because some of the commissions that I got were actually from before my surgery. I was like, hey, I'm gonna be in recovery for like 2 weeks. Are you going to be okay? And they were like, yeah, sure, totally. It's cool. And then I got sick for a whole month, and I felt so bad, but they were all really nice and really sweet, and were like, it's okay, don't worry about it. Please take care of yourself. But yeah, I'll tell her to look that up. Actually, you could, like, send, the things and the links on Discord. Exclamation point Discord, by the way. So that, I can remember that when I check Discord after stream. Usually I close Discord, like close it completely, kill the process while I'm streaming, because unfortunately this evil computer hates me, and as such, I cannot have Discord open while I'm streaming, or it overheats to unimaginable ones. Hi, Commission! Hi, hello. Hi, Commission, how are you doing? How you doing, Commission? How you doing? Are you doing good? Are you excited for Shalubi debut? Also, Commission, wait, you did write something on the card, right? Commission, did you write your message on the card? On the Shalubi debut card? You did that, right? Okay, good. I am checking because I told Sarah that they still had a day left to do their message, because they rushed their message since they forgot yesterday. But when I told them that, they deleted their slide, and now I don't know if they're going to make like another one, or if they just like regretted it. And I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to be mean to Sarah, but also wait, no. It's still there, but I haven't really done anything to the message. I know that unfortunately Maribon wasn't able to sign the card. That's cool. She said that she would instead send him a private message. Thank you. I will check that out. Also, my mom is learning English, so it might actually help her to watch that video. I have told her that the best way to like learn English and get as fluent as I am today is to immerse yourself in the language. As I have told you guys, to get into fandom, especially queer fandom, you gotta know English. You gotta know English. The Spanish-speaking anime fandom, like, is already pretty conservative. Of course, not as conservative as, like, normal and American communities. But, yeah. English-speaking fandom is usually more queer-friendly, and or at least it was more queer friendly back when I was just like starting to interact with it back in the old days. And so I just sort of had to immerse myself on it, or else I simply wouldn't be able to speak to you guys. Or to speak to anybody without getting called a slur. By the way. Oh, actually, I have badges commissions open right now. Usually I open up 3 slots. And I am already done with Salus, which was the badge commission that I was doing this month. So yeah, just feel free to shoot me a message. I'm sure that I have all 3 slots open, so I don't think that I'll get them filled out. Badges are not on very high demand. Actually, they're the lowest demand commission that I get. So, don't worry about it. If you're worried though, feel free to just like, if you're on Bgen, send or put like a wish list. Not a wish list, but save the commission. Or put them like a reminder for the commission, and I'll be able to, send you an email notification once they're open. That's sort of like how I have gotten the Aishindo commissions, animated little guy ones, because they run out so quickly. I quite literally have to ask Guy on DM when he is opening slots, and I have to snipe them if I want to get a commission from him, because he is in very high demand. And honestly deserve. His little guys are just so cute. Just look at Hugo. Hugo, so cute. So beautiful. How do you debut without feeling scared? Dude, I don't know if I'll ever debut because of that exact reason. I'm just so scared. I don't know. It just feels way too big of an event for me to do it. ¿Cómo se llama? Bonita. Mi casa. Tu casa. Ah! Ads. Yeah, it's time, but it's okay. You can have company from Adam. Dude, if you don't feel confident enough to debut your own model just yet, just take some time off. Debuts are really, really stressful, and forcing yourself to do it might actually get you to be worse off, because you'll just fuck up more. As from personal experience. Baila la calle, de noche baila la calle, de día baila la calle, de noche baila la calle, de día. So, take it easy. ゆっくりしてね。ゆっくりしてね。But, blah, 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 blah. If you want to debut, like, on a close time frame, like, in, like, maybe a couple of days, weeks, etc., etc., it helps writing a script. At least because I have social anxiety, it is easier for me to just have a script prepared for everything and have, like, a very set timeline that I can follow very clearly without straying. But, that helps me out a lot. Because that way I sort of, like, know what I have to do and what I have to say, and I won't be terrified. But of course, that all depends on the type of person you are. I know that people sometimes, like, having a ton of, like, very detailed plans actually makes them more nervous. So, whichever fits you best. Isn't my acapella so beautiful? Never dreamed that there's coming the day where I find myself far from yours. Now that I am, I can hardly stand not to be where your sweet summer joys. Send me a peach from old Georgia, and where there's a blush. If I could have one bite of Georgia, I know we're right here at home. I know some cherry from innocent, by my side. Peach from Georgia, just so I know you'll be mine. You won't forget me. These colors are done, yeah, buddy. I'm gonna send a screenshot. Emotes badges art. Oh, well, I'm glad. But also make sure to budget. Stuff is expensive, dude. Make sure you stay on budget. The emotes. And, cool badges and all of that stuff. And, I hope that you also have fun. That you enjoy it. Is it gonna be? Yes, it is going to be today. We will be raiding out to him once he starts. He had to delay half an hour, so in about an hour and a half we will be raiding out to him. Yeah. He is indeed debuting again. Attempting a debut again. I'm really, really excited. I hope that everything goes well this time. Poor guy. I mean, I say poor guy, but I'm sure that he's gonna do it again. I want to watch. Oh, he actually has it on YouTube now. You can see it on YouTube if you want to repeat it. He will show the debut video again, but he will be more like reacting to it. So he will be speaking over the video. Give me a second. It should be on YouTube tab of his Discord server. Copy text. Kaboom. Ray, I just accidentally copied like the me message. Give me a sec. Wait. There you go. But yeah. Okay, let me just close up Discord again. Yeah. I'm really excited for him. Honestly, I'm just excited for all of my friends that are doing debuts soon. Salut Chips, Salut Borgor, Salut Badges Final, you cannot see that. Yeah, just maybe we can do some OC art. Not commissions because I cannot show you the ones that I'm working on right now. But you know what? I never finished this like Hugo sketch that I was doing for Bunny Day. Let's just do that. By the way, if you guys don't remember, this was from the Easter stream where I accepted donations from $5 to $20 or more to make drawings for Easter. for people. And the ones above are the requests. And this one was the one that I was doing while I was waiting for anybody to do a request. Wait. Yeah, he's so good, and Sumi did such a good job with the art. I really loved it. Sumi is super cool and awesome and amazing, and I have no idea how she draws so fast because Salu told me that she was actually done with the lore video illustrations in January. Like, how does she do that? I am actually very jealous that she's able to complete pieces of art in like a day, and meanwhile I take upwards of a month, depending on how complex it is. By the way, I'm pretty sure that this is a Sismic song. Sismic is a producer. Oh no, this is Maozong. Honestly, if you know like an EDM producer that is either Japanese, or just has done like a ton of stuff, collaborations with Japanese EDM artists, they probably started out as a Touhou remixer. Because, as you guys know, Touhou is everywhere. Touhou is quite literally the foundation of the internet at this point. Remove Touhou and you'd be losing so much culture. I don't like that. Oh, I see how it is. Okay. I don't know if I like this sketch anymore, actually. It was really interesting how, in just a couple of months, I end up disliking something. Because I have learned stuff. In the meantime, I am. Was it good? Huh. I have to adjust the arch of this a little bit so that it actually fits the current anatomy. Now, I find it real funny that people don't know what a D-cup looks like. People think that D-cups are like huge badonkers, but they're actually like mid-size. So whenever I tell people that Hugo has D-cups, they're like, that's doubtful. They should be huge badonkers actually. But I'm like, no, they're D-cups. That's what they are. It's just that you don't know how D-cups actually look like in real life. Of course, Mako! Don't worry about it. Don't worry, princess. Oh my goodness, I love that soundbite from Sadus server. It's so funny. It's been such a long time since I've opened this drawing that I don't even remember how it's supposed to look like. Sort of. mean, I guess I sort of remember it. It is. I am rattling my brain, trying to remember it. Choose the way, so let's just say patient is the night. Also, I have found out recently that because we have upgraded the TV and the internet thing, because my mom really wanted to have cable TV, my dad and I, we didn't really mind not having TV. We actually got Amazon Prime, but Amazon Prime unfortunately is connected to my personal account, so I cannot use it for Nitro. Cannot use it for Twitch Nitro. Oh man, these songs are so good, but I do feel kind of bad listening to them. Because of the whole ghost thing and how basically ghosts harassed Creepy out of the Vocaloid community. But the good thing is that these are actually under Creep. So Ghost doesn't get a penny from this, I think. I hope. But I am so happy because after, like, Ghost was ousted from the Vocaloid community, and just, like, basically, they got called out, Creep seems to be more willing to go back and interact with the Vocaloid community at large, and also, go to events as a Vocaloid producer, which I am so glad, because I love their tuning. Lucy's tuning is really, really good. By the way, Lucy's just, like, their name. Like, what they refer themselves as. And honestly, I also love their solo career overall. Their song that they did with Yes Erotica is on repeat on my playlist. It is quite literally the most iconic song of all time. But also, their Vocaloid songs are just really good. They're really, really good. I love them. Also, they're just such a staple of horror Vocaloid. And EDM Vocaloid in general. That I'm just glad that they are feeling more comfortable now that Ghost is gone. Even though I used to love Ghost songs and I am so sad of who they ended up on who like they turned out to be. I am glad that now I won't give my pennies to somebody who is objectively pretty awful. Also, I feel so bad that some of my favorite songs were actually, like, songs made about beef they had with a 15-year-old. Like, what the hell was up with that? And I mean, I know that Vocaloid beef songs are common. Like, there's Para Di Chlorobenzen, which is technically a beef song against Mothi. There's obviously the whole thing that happened with Sand Planet, which, by the way, I still think that it is a 5K chess move, a big brain moment from Hachi, releasing Sand Planet for Colorful Stage. And, of course, the whole, like, response songs that came out afterwards. I remember some beef Masa P had. I don't remember the songs specifically that were, like, against them. I remember that. Oh! Hello? 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 Can you guys hear me? Hello? Squadra? Can you hear me? Okay, good. We just reconnected. Oh my goodness, I thought that I got cursed because I was talking about Vocaloid beef. Oh gosh. Oh, good. Thank goodness. On my internet. No, it was mine. I got disconnected. Blom blom. It would have been so sad though, because then I would have had to cut commission. I would have had to cut stream short. You know, we're back! Yippee! Yippee! Yahoo! Yippee! 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 Oh, I wanted to show you guys something. I think that you guys already saw it if you're on my Discord server. By the way, exclamation point Discord server. But this drawing of Frida that I made is on a new notebook, a little notebook that I got called Hobonichi. This is a Hobonichi notebook. It isn't one of the planners because I get really bad anxiety from not doing my planners correctly. But for the first page, since it was such fancy paper, I really wanted to draw something pretty. And of course, what is pretty if not the prettiest cat ever? Miss Frida. So I decided to just draw Frida for my first page. So it is the cover page of my Hobonichi, and I really, really like it. But also, I discovered something, and is that this paper is really high quality for it is really high quality for inks, or different kinds of inks, mostly just like fountain pen or just inks in general. But it is absolute ass for pencils. I don't know, and maybe it's because the paper is so thin that you gotta press real hard, so you gotta use a pencil board. That is something that I may buy. Honestly, I don't know, because, again, I'm saving up. But I tried so hard to do the sketching and to do the drawings, but it was basically not grabbing onto the paper. And also, I don't know why, but this specific picture of Frida that I took reference from, for some reason I was having so much difficulty drawing it. But I was like, this is the prettiest picture of Frida I have. This is the drawing that I want to have for my first page. So I did a ton of like preliminary sketches on the pages. Well, not the pages of the notebook, because I want this notebook to be pretty. And I am still a little bit nervous to use it and to work with it, but I did take one page from out of a notepad that I have for a fanzine that I worked on, and I decided to do the preliminary sketches there so that I would learn how to use it. And also, while Salu was like trying to do his debut and stuff, I decided, by the way, below this page, is actually just like a really scuffed, ink sample, because I want to make those like aesthetic ink sampling pages that you see on TikTok and on YouTube, and just on like fancy ink websites. And I didn't like how it ended up. But so I decided to just like paste a watercolor paper here and draw Salu for his debut. And hopefully, when Salu starts debut and we read out to him, we will me, not you guys. I will actually be doing the watercolor painting for this. So I will be doing the watercolor thing. Also, look, I did like a little like word art in here. It isn't very clear, but basically it's supposed to look like this. Let me just like. It's supposed to look like this. Obviously the ink sort of like bled a little bit. Or not the ink specifically, it's just that since this is gel pen, it sort of like pools instead of sinking into the page because it's gel and not ink. And also I did do like a ton of iterations and a ton of like different versions of it, so it is very drawn over. But this is what it's supposed to look like. Obviously, the kerning is sort of hideous, but it was sort of like a little logo that I came up with. Not a logo, but like some simple calligraphy that I thought would be really cute. And these are supposed to be the flowers that grow out of his hair, but I couldn't find a very good reference for it, so I just freehanded it, like a little flower silhouette. Yeah, I'll probably have to put like this so a little bit closer so that the kerning is better. And it would also be like sort of like, I suppose, a signature. I know that some people commission signatures. I don't know. Caliente, camisa, tan blanca como el. By the way, kerning is the spacing between the letters. Usually, to make a font, you gotta make it super even, or at least the best fonts have very good and even kerning. But since this one was just free-handed and it didn't have like all of the technical stuff that you gotta do, which is all of those measurements, it doesn't really have very good even kerning. I just thought it was really cute. The song is really good. I really love that there's still bands here in Colombia that want to continue on with the tradition of making traditional cumbia. Because after Toto died, I felt like something died within me. She was such a big like representative of traditional Colombian music that I just felt like, how are we going to find somebody like her, or at least to find somebody that will be as influential as her? It sort of feels very impossible in a way. Yeah, look, sila no salu. A scepter from another world. Yeah, it is very simple. But I like it. With some rework in it would make for some really pretty word art, I think. For some very pretty typography. I think. Es un ángel, no, no, no. Es un dios, no. Es un anjo. Es solo un hombre con alas. But yeah, so this Salu drawing, I'm gonna finish it while he does his debut. Yippee! And I will actually be posting it later on Salupi Coopers once I finish it. And I don't know what to do in here. It's just that since this is so much more adept inks, I feel like I should be using inks. But one, I am left-handed. And when you're left-handed, you tend to smudge a lot, especially since I am an overwriter. Basically, overwriters means that I write like this. I write like this. Boing. Why am I not writing? Oh, it's because it's a layer. But basically, when you overwrite, you write like this. Usually left-handed people, since we usually write from left to right, this is how left-handed people sort of like deal with writing. So we have overwriters, which is me. So basically, I position my hand like this when I write, so that I can see what I'm writing. But the perfect way to write with fountain pen so that you don't smudge is actually to be an underwriter. And when you're an underwriter, you basically have to do the opposite. Have to place your hand like this. By the way, did you guys know that because the desks in my school were not made for left-handed people and they were like very obviously made for right-handed people without thinking of left-handed people, I actually ended up having trouble learning how to write and I ended up getting writer's caius. So I have like a really bad I still can feel the little caius even if it's been 20-ish years since I've learned how to write. Because I simply was not able to. But yeah, so I gotta learn how to underwrite. Actually, I think that I already underwrite. Yeah, I'm an underwriter. And this actually causes smudging. Because I'm basically placing my hand under the ink. Placing my hand under the ink, so it smudges. But you gotta learn how to overwrite so that you don't smudge the ink, you see. But yeah. And so I'm just really worried because I know that inks are the best way to write in here, but I don't want it to smudge. I want it to look pretty. Especially because that notebook was so expensive. I'm not even going to disclose how expensive it was because it's kind of embarrassing. Especially since it was like a birthday gift from me to me. But, yeah, I'm really sad that the paper just isn't very pencil friendly. Because I use pencils a lot. It's sort of just like what I do. As an artist, you sort of like draw a lot with pencils and I'm really used. Or at least me, myself, I draw a lot with pencils. And I like how pencils feel and how I can sort of like add depth to stuff without it possibly either like bleeding into a page or breaking the page because of humidity. And that is not possible if the paper that you're using is really bad for pencils, which I didn't even expect to be from Hobonichi. Hobonichi is supposed to have like very good quality papers. I'll maybe see if Midori paper is better. Maybe. I don't know. But it did make me feel sad because I've been looking forward to that sketchbook at done. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but on Drone, I put up a little like desk camera so that I could also do desk streams. Mostly so that I could also do watercolor. I'm pretty sure that watercolor would be really cool and entertaining to do. But you know, I could also do stuff like Legos. I could paint my nails on stream. I could do Lego building. I could do cards, like card unboxing. I could also do a desk ASMR, and that would be super cool. But yeah, it's just something that I maybe will do later on. I added it to Throne because usually if I get some extra money, I go to Throne and see what I could buy. But yeah, of course, I just sent it because, you know, for fun, but don't feel like the model that I'm using. Also a model that one of my streamer friends recommended. Of course, do not feel obligated to get anything from Throne. I just sent it because I'm silly. Yeah, I'm not really sure if I like the face. I don't really like the face of this. Oh my heart, it's a fish out of water. Oh my heart, it's a fish. It's in the sun. Oh my heart, it's a water. Oh, my heart, it's a rockin', in the gutter. And I throw my heart into the ocean, but it goes out and come back floating on the ocean in the vacation. Just is right here. Oh, my heart, it's a tornado. Oh, my heart, it's a tornado. Oh, my heart, it's a tornado. Oh, my heart, it's a rock. My heart, a new foundation. Say, oh, goodness, it's aching. Scratch my name and body it just makes my aching. My heart is in shallow water. My heart is a rock in the water. Oh, my heart, it's a black in a rainbow. Oh, my heart, it's so damn cold, so damn cold. My heart, I'm on fire, 'cause I want to set my heart on fire. The embers of the ice don't melt beneath December. I love this song so much. Honestly, Oh My Heart, as an album, even though it's so old, it has aged so well. I really, really liked it. Shadow water. Oh, my heart, it's a fish and a horse and it's in the bad sun. I do know that Mother released some more music recently. I need to catch up. I don't know why, but I'm always like a little lazy when it comes to new releases from my favorite artists. I just let them sit and marinate for a while before I actually listen to them. And I know it's silly, but I don't know. I just like to wait. Which is real funny because, for example, with Mealy, I have been begging for them to release an original album. Anytime. Please. Please. But yeah, they just keep on doing soundtracks, and of course, nothing bad with doing soundtracks, but I just want them to continue on with, like, their own personal music and stuff, you know? And I know that they do stuff for Goblin Slayer, and I don't really like Goblin Slayer. But get that money, I guess. Meh, 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 meh. Oh, hey, Drop Market is on its artist beta right now. I might sign up. I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. It's a mystery. It's a mystery. There we go. I really need to change my glasses prescription. I've just been procrastinating on setting the appointment. We usually have an optometrist that has been with treating our family for a very, very long time, but for some reason he's no longer accepting anything. My dad heard that a doctor had an accident, had a really bad accident, but we don't even know if it's him. My dad thinks that it's probably him because we're getting radio silence, but I don't know. Yeah, now I will have to actually change doctors, and it is always so stressful to change doctors when you've been with a doctor for so long. Because you're like, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to trust this doctor that I don't know? Especially because this optometrist has treated me since I was a literal baby. I believe the first time I was with this optometrist was when I was around 6 or 7 years. God fucking damn it. You guys didn't hear that. You guys didn't hear that. You guys didn't hear that. But yeah, this doctor has been with me since I was tiny and has had treated all of my eye issues for a while, but no, he decided to leave us to rot. Which is awful, and I hate that, and I think that he should come back. But yeah. That's just weird. Having to change doctors that have basically treated you your whole life. But also I might have BVD, binocular vision disalignment. So maybe I could also talk to the new doctor about it. Aside from I'm told my eye pressure is okay, so I won't have glaucoma. I am no longer at a glaucoma risk. But of course I do have astigmatism, and that sucks. Because when you have astigmatism, a ton of stuff just looks really difficult, and it actually makes your eye strain worse. If I have BVD, maybe I would be able to help with the eye strain a little bit, because BVD also gives you really bad eye strain. But yeah. What else? Also, honestly, half the reason why I'm so unsure about asking is because obviously this family doctor has known me for years, so maybe he would be more receptive if I talk to him about it than a new doctor. But also, as the important part, I learned about BVD from TikTok, and as much as I am do not get diagnosis from TikTok, that's bad. I learned that I had astigmatism from TikTok, and specifically because I was trying so hard to do one of those magic eye things, and then I saw somebody in the comments, oh, if you have astigmatism, these things won't work. Quite literally, they just won't work, and don't waste your time if you have astigmatism. And so I talked to my doctor, and I was like, hey, I might have astigmatism because I have never been able to do all of the tests that have the magic eye stuff. And my doctor then put me in the microscope thingy, where you can actually see the eye surface from really close, and you can also check the eye pressure. And I was like, oh yeah, you do have astigmatism. Here you go! And then I got the formula for the glasses for astigmatism, which is great because they have an anti-glare effect, so that way when I am driving, for example, I won't get blinded by the lights. It is actually good because I'm actually able to drive without having so much glare. And yeah, It also just has made me realize that is also why I get so much eye strain with neon colors specifically. Which is sad because I really like neon colors. I think that they're a very good way to make your heart pop. But yeah, my eyes hurty. My eyes hurt a lot. And that's actually half of the reason why one of my characters from Reese's has neon colors, is because it is actually meant to make your eyes hurt. Like, she is so abrasive that even her color palette is painful to look at. But people were like, "Oh, her colors are so pretty. Why do you say that they're painful?" And I was like, "Well, it pains me to look at them, don't you?" And when I was doing drawings of her, during stream, I actually was my eyes were really strained. My eyes felt really, really, just, I actually was starting to get a headache. So I had to, like, end stream early. And everyone was like, "God, that's so sad. Go so end stream early. This is turning out so well." And I was like, "Guys, my eyes hurty." And yeah, apparently that's because when you have astigmatism, neon colors, or at least like very strongly contrasting colors, can make your eyes physically hurt, because there is this thing called halation that makes it so that the light sort of like refracts in a way that it expands further than it should, like the glare of the light. And that also works with very strong colors. You get a sort of like natural chromatic aberration, which sounds cool, but it does hurt. It hurts. I thought that was really cool. Well, it's really cool in retrospect, but it does make some things more difficult to play with. I assume that's also why I get so much motion sickness. And just like very, very bad eye strain when I watch games like Overwatch and Marvel Rivals, because they have a ton of like neon colors and a lot of high contrast stuff that might be bad for my eyes. Oops. Tra-la-la-la-la. En realidad es el amor. There is a door. Bum, ba, bum, bum. Not with this. And this was supposed to be like the last thing. I actually timed it so that I would be able to raid out, because it is 9:02. But since Salu needs to take like another half an hour, let's see what I can do. Something quick. Something quick that I can do. While we all wait for Salu Cooper to start his stream. Oh man, Armpit and Georges are gonna love this. Well, I don't know if I'll actually make this into like an actual illustration. I like how it looks, just like as a little sketch. Well, let's see. What can I do? Any unfinished stuff that I can do? Nothing that would take less than half an hour, I think. How about fan art? I guess we could sort of like polish the sketch that I did for the anime release of the summer Hikaru died. I never actually finished it because I am a little bit scared. of the fandom. Like, I get why Crony doesn't want to read it or interact with it in any sorts of way. Some people are insane. Also so good. It is such a good manga and anime and everything. Oh, is Sarah going to stream today? Wait. Huh, apparently Sarah's going live today. Subathon Day 69. I really like how the manga is going. It's just such a feel-good story, and I'm so happy that we're getting more like queer platonic relationship representation. But I am going to get so pissed off if people don't accept like that Hikaru and Yoshiki's relationship will never be like 100% romantic. Because people can get really, really annoying about that. Especially because Hikaru is like confirmed to be Airways, and there's such little Airways representation, guys. It is actually such a small amount of Airways rep we've got. And or just like asexual in general. I swear to God, if people try to like deny Hikaru's sexuality, I will scream. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Wiki. Wait, how much is that delay right now? Hello, Soltord. I'm doing good. I'm just polishing the sketch of Hikaru because we've only got a half an hour left before we ride out to Salu, before we ride out to the Cooper. So I'm just going to polish the sketch. And hopefully that'll give us just enough time. Or it'll be like just enough. Honestly, I just really want to get faster at drawing. I know that I'm really, really slow, and I don't like it, because I see so many of my peers that I have worked with churn out drawings like every other week, and I'm like, oh no, I'm so much over for me. Delay test. Direct to B. Oh yeah, Freaky, I think that you're super delayed. I'm gonna lie. Or I am super delayed. 35 seconds, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a ton. That's a ton of delay. Let me see locally how delayed am I. Oh, I'm not super delayed. Yeah, just like maybe a second or two. That might be your internet freak stuff. Mr. Freaky. That might just be your internet. What? Aito! Hello! Welcome! How was Deltarune? Please, no spoilers. No spoilers, please. Papa Patrol! How you guys doing? I hope that you guys had fun and that you beat so many enemies up and that you had a very good time. But yeah, if you need to raid and run, feel free to do so. I know that streaming can be very exhausting. Please grab a snack, grab a drink, go to the bathroom, whatever you might need. And to the people who do not know me, hello! I am a ghost of the blanket variety, and I am a part-time freelance illustrator, full-time hunting expert. Actually, right now, we are polishing a sketch of Hikaru from the summer Hikaru died. This sketch has been in here for a while. quite literally, when the anime got announced, I made the sketch and I never really finished it. But now that the manga is going so well, I have been really tempted to finish this. And I really just want to do so much more fan art of the series. It is so dear to me, especially as an asexual and aromantic person. And also just as a fan of like queer horror or horror in general, it is such a heartfelt story. I know that the fandom is spooky, that it is scary, but if you ever want to just read a very masterfully crafted story about like loss and queer identity and just a ton of horror and like just like having like the sort of like haunting the narrative moments and stuff, I would simply recommend you read The Summer Hikaru Died. It is amazing. It is great. And I am so glad that Hikaru, the monster, is actually confirmed to be aroace, romantic asexual. Which is a very big win for us in the aroace community. We barely get any representation as this. And I am so happy that one of my favorite characters got to have, like, that sexuality, that we have that in common. Also, in the recent manga chapter, do not listen to this, mute if you don't want to listen to spoilers about the manga, but we finally got queer platonic relationship confirmed! We finally got a confession from the both of them, and it is so beautiful and made me cry. And I only have one person to talk to, and it's Maribon, and Maribon doesn't answer her messages. So I have been all alone talking about this because Maribon is the only one that follows the manga. Kid is anime only, so he obviously doesn't want spoilers. And nobody else that I know is reading it right now, or at least the most. I know most of the people that I know are anime only, and I don't want to spoil them, but you know. Yippee! Queer platonic relationships are like a very rare type of relationship that you ever see represented in media, and I'm so happy that, again, we got that. Yippee! So yeah, we will be rating out soon, unfortunately. Oh my goodness, Wiki, you don't get it. It is so peak. It is quite literally the most peak piece of manga created in modern day. It is one of the best queer mangas of the modern day. Quite literally. And I am so hoping, I know that some people have theories that maybe the flashbacks that we will get are about like the villagers when they were children and Kohei and stuff, but no. I want the flashback to be confirmation that the original Hikaru was also in love with Yoshiki, so that we get double Yoshikaru confirmation. No, freak. Don't watch the anime. Read the manga so that I can fangirl about it. There's also like a ton of like free websites where you can read The Summer Hikaru Died. Everybody say thank you. Thank you, Yempress. Thank you, Amazon Kindle, for giving us US readers, or like some readers for free. Some of the chapters for free. Everybody say thank you, Web Ace, Young Ace, for giving us all of the Japanese manga for free, so that we can read it for free! Yippee! Everybody say thank you, and yeah, I will cry. Hiya! But yeah, also, I really like the anime because in the anime ending, we actually do get implications that original Hikaru was in love with Yoshiki, which I think is really, really good. And also, since Mokumoku-ren, which is the author of The Summer Hikaru Died, is very heavily involved on the anime production, I am really, really happy that maybe this is sort of like more of the breadcrumbs that they're leaving about Hikaru's queer identity. Original Hikaru, by the way, not Monster Hikaru. Moonlight. Oh yeah, look at Hikaru. He has like the snaggletooth that is like very popular in Japan for some reason. I think that's really cute. Apparently snaggletooths are just really popular in Japan. And I don't understand why, but I think they're cute. They're cute. Oh, ad break. Shit, ad break, I didn't even notice. I'm so sorry. It's okay though, you guys are not missing much. Oh yeah, I would ideally want to finish this. And I also want to make a drawing for the latest, referencing like the latest chapter of the summer he could have died, but also I want to wait for next week. Oh! I love this manga so much. It is so dear to me. The choices. And also, I didn't realize, but one of the artists that I worked with the flower language fanzine that I did for Amori, actually also is in the Summer He Could Have Died fandom. I sort of knew that because their style is very recognizable, but now they have joined the Twisted Wonderland fandom, and guys, we are eating so good. Also, since Sipsons is super quick at drawing, again, one of the artists that churn out art every other week. And I don't know how they do it. I don't know how their wrist manages. Probably because they actually don't have executive dysfunction. But regardless, their art is so good, and I'm so happy that, like, I get to, like, recognize people that I have worked with in the past. Also enjoying the same fandoms that I peruse. Yeah. Also, I know that I have already said this, but, I have been also checking out prices for, the computer components, and honestly, I am tempted that after stream, I am just going to buy some stuff already so that it comes in when my uncle is, like, in here. He's coming Friday, and usually Amazon does take, like, around a week and a half or a weekish to make products arrive, at least here in Colombia, depending on the product. But also, I don't like this face. Or well, I like the face, but I don't like the smile. I would like that since Prime, it seems that Prime has activated in my account, my Amazon account, which is great. We are paying you PC! Thank you, Freakster, by the way. I'm still so thankful. I'm going to make you something. You will not know what I'll be making, but I'm going to make you something, and it's gonna be so cool, and you are gonna be like, wow, Ghost, thank you. And then I'll be like, yes. It's all for you, Fuiki. Yeah. Okay, I think that maybe is that I make the smile too wide. Yeah. Honestly, you know what's funny is that I think that if I started painting my pieces, I would actually probably be faster. Like, these Noel piece that I did. Oh, look, it's Scrunkor's. It's Scrunkor birthday art. But you know how I was making this piece for my Witch's Den character, Noel? And it is painted? If I, locked in, I could finish this in, a couple of hours. Painting has always been the faster method of drawing for me, but I just really like line art. I really like the traditional form of rendering. I don't know why. I like it. And, the funny part is that I don't even like line art. Line art is my least favorite process. My favorite process are always going to be, sketching and rendering, but I prefer the line art look to my art, which I find very interesting. Honestly, it's not that I don't like line art per se, it's that I find line art to be very tedious. And that is probably also why I am so slow with doing stuff, is because I would rather just post the colored sketches. I also don't want to post the colored sketches. I like the line art variation that comes with doing line art and doing so much stuff. Bichuva Island! Scoopy just came live. Well, I know that Squappy is also going to raid out to Salu, but yeah, we're going to raid out to Salu in probably 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna publish this here, and once I get the notification on Discord that the Goober is live, we'll be raiding out to him. Everybody, we gotta be like super cool and super nice to Salu because he has worked so hard in his debut. He has been showing me like all of the progress that he has done. He talked to me about the lore yesterday. I of course also was commissioned to do his badges. So, now, you saw that, last time? No! So, Dorth, can you take, like, some painkillers? Or maybe just don't look at the screen. I am more than happy for you to, like, go rest up for, like, a couple of 10 minutes, close your eyes. Put, like, maybe some, a warm water or a warm compress on your forehead to help you out. And, just relax before Cover debut, because I would rather have one viewer than Salu's debut not going well. Or that I just really want you guys to check out Salu's debut. It's so important to me. It is so important to me that it goes well because he worked so hard on it. And he has been on it for like half a year already. Not half of a year, but he started in around November, December. I remember because he asked me for the template for my ghostathon that I did on October, if he could use it for doing a salubathon. And of course, we also have the card that we made. And I am so excited for him to read it because everybody has so many sweet, well wishes for his debut, and I'm sure that he's going to blow it out of the park because he's just really cool and really entertaining things. Also, given how unstable my schedule is right now, I really, really want you guys to have like some really cool VTubers to watch. And Salu is like super cool and amazing. So yeah, so Dorth, go rest, go have a little close eye, get some tea, get something that might help with those migraines, and I'll see you when the Goober debuts. Oh yeah. Also, I may not be able to finish like the full sketch, but at least you guys know like how it's going to look. I really want to make this a print as well. I know that the best way to like gain money as an independent artist is to actually make your art into prints, but I feel bad because I just like doing fan art for the sake of it. I just like doodling my favorite little blurbles and see them go off. Honestly, I need to publish on Twitter some of the doodles that I have made on Tumblr for my fanfic, but also I'm kind of scared that I will be run out of the platform if I say that I publish like little OCXCZ fanfics on archive of our own .net. What can I say? This is why we should go back to Tumblr. I am like a weird little guy at heart, and I need a website that welcomes weird little guys like me. I think that it's very important and needed that, weird little people come in and are like, hello. You do weird little stuff. I also love doing weird little stuff. I think that we should become friends and be weirdos together. Instead of Twitter being like, ooh, you are like so cringe. Let's laugh at this person. Of course, I know that this is like part of my anxiety disorder, but hey. It is chronic and it is actually a type 3 personality disorder, so I'm not getting over it anytime soon. Like, at this point, I just gotta learn how to live with it. That is like what I have resigned myself to. Because I don't know if you guys know, but personality disorders are not really recoverable. You just gotta learn how to live with them, learn how to manage them. And the thing is that since I have both social anxiety, avoidant personality disorder, and depression, like the whole double whammy, it is really, really difficult for me to do stuff online. And I was talking to Salu about this. Basically, my claim to fame on YouTube was that I made an OC animatic of my two Ever After High characters, Alice Midrin and Io Midrin, and it blew the fuck up. It got like almost 150k views, and I unlisted it. But also because half of myself, I just felt bad because I know that a ton of people were following me because of the animatic. They thought that I would do like more animatics, and I never did any more animatics. So I felt like I was tricking people, and I was like making them follow me under false pretenses, and that felt really bad, and I didn't like that. So I decided that I would instead like unlist the video and lose subscribers. But Salu was like, hey, your story is pretty cool, and I also think that you should make another animatic, since that animatic that you made is almost 10 years old. And it's actually 8 years old, I believe. Yeah, 2026 to 20, I think that's 8 years? I think? And I don't like making animatics. They're not that good. But then again, I was making them in a very like inefficient process because I was using Medibang and VSDC. Because I didn't really have any animation program at the time. I didn't really have something like OpenTunes or anything because my computer at the time couldn't handle that. But now that I have CSP and I know that CSP might support audio, I think that it does. Maybe, if not, OpenTunes does. I could always do more stuff. I definitely have experimented with doing more looping animations on Sprite and Clip Studio. I just need to have that like push. I need to push myself. She can make it right. Do it. I'll think about it. I'll think about it very carefully and very pensively. I mean, I've got 2 years. It isn't the 10th anniversary of it just yet. Hehe. It's now or never, our every endeavor. I'm just waiting for the Discord notification to pop up so that it says Goober time. Goober time. It's Goober time. Because he should be on in quite literally 2-ish minutes, 5-ish minutes, depending on how the internet goes. I'm just hoping everything goes well. Please, please let the Goober debut in peace, or I will burn the internet. I will close the internet. I will cancel it. I'm sorry, guys. No internet. No more internet forever because you made Salu sad. Do I like this? I feel like I gotta make more sketches of Hikaru because this is my first time actually drawing Hikaru in detail rather than silly little doodles. So I don't think that I've got his face right for some reason. Then again, this is Monster Hikaru, so he isn't exactly Hikaru. He is Hikaru. By the way, that is actually the name that we have for him in the Spanish-speaking fandom because Hikarunt is actually very distinct. Like, we are able to pronounce it in a very distinct way. Guys, have I told you that Mokuren's art style is very yummy? Very delicious and yummy. I love it. The only thing that I don't like is that Mokmokuren does not know to draw curly hair to save their life. Like, Asako's supposed to have curly hair. But that is not curly. I think that's really funny, as somebody with wavy hair. I've always thought it's really funny that people don't really know how to draw curly hair in manga. Oh, of course, there's a blind spot that they definitely should, like, take into account. But also, I give it a pass because it's funny. Yeah. I really like the eye squint that Hikaru does in the first volume, so I'm trying to recreate it in my style. But I think that it'll be easier to recreate, like once I'm doing the shading, once I'm doing the rendering. Because it will better show the division between eye and like skin and the folds. Because I don't really like doing a lot of— Yes, he's live! He's live, everybody, rate message. Let's see. This is going to be our rate message. Yes. Or just Frida's favorite streamer. That's also a good one. Frida's favorite streamer! Whoa! Frida's favorite streamer. There we go. Yippee! Okay. Let me activate the raid. Activating raid right now. Boing. And, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Please be nice to Salu. He worked really hard and he is very sweet and nice and kind, and his debut is going to be super awesome. Okay? Frida's favorite streamer, let's go! Whoa!